You guys, the saga just continues. Okay, so I still have to wear this silly thing. This is an improvement. All weekend I had on like this really hot foam thing that just, it went all the way around my neck. It just was like, she didn't want me to scratch or touch the stitching and everything back here. So I had gone an entire week without washing my hair, which was revolting. I had been back to the plastic surgeon's office like, I don't know. I went there Wednesday, Thursday, 2 weeks ago, and then Monday, Wednesday and Friday of last week. Wednesday I had a second minimally invasive surgery, which is where my last video left off, where she irrigated, cleaned, and abraded the skin that had oozed down. It was really gross. I was keeping it clean, but it was really gross. I mean, you could see like the fatty layer and everything. It was so gross. So she had to go back in and do all that. It was just like a little mini non-invasive surgery, and she stitched it all back up with stitches she has to take out herself. I look like the Karate Kid gone bad. So today, thank God I went in. She says the stitches, everything is healing up, but she still took like a teaspoon of fluid, drained a teaspoon of fluid out of this area right behind my ear. You can't see anything, but it's just, see how I've got this little foam thing. So she wants me to keep this right here so that the fluid doesn't recollect in that area. And I know my smile is really weird right now. It's because of my new chin. So I was like, did I make a mistake? Am I crazy? I was looking at old pictures of myself. I'm like, I wasn't that bad. On and on. And I'm like, okay. I haven't really seen myself because for the last week, because I've had to have some sort of head wrap on. I did just take this off and take a look, but she really wants me to keep this pressure here. So anyway, I'm going back on Wednesday. The stitches have to come out in 10 days. We were supposed to go to Chicago for a few days next week for spring break, but I don't think that's going to happen. I miss makeup. I miss doing my hair. This morning after she checked everything out and rewrapped me with this new do, face do, she's like, yes, you can take a shower. Lukewarm water and baby shampoo only. I'm like, okay. So that's what I did. It was divine, even though it was like baby shampoo and my hair is like straw. So yeah, I'm getting there, and she's still like, take it easy. And for whatever reason, you know, even though I'm 9-10 days out, more than that, 2 Wednesdays ago was this big surgery, right? I'm still like, I got home and I was like exhausted because they have to numb you a little bit and then they stick a needle in there and they suck it out. You don't even feel it, but it's gross. A teaspoon of fluid was just floating around in there. My body's really trying to heal, but it was doing it wrong. You know, it was putting like a pocket of fluid in there. That's not what we want. Don't know when I'm getting these stitches out. Hopefully I'll be able to go to Chicago with everybody. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, guys, I have good news and bad news. The good news is I finally get to use my head wrap at night only, and they're going to take out the permanent stitches back here, at least every other one on Friday. So, and it's healing beautifully. She said she didn't even have to take any liquid out of it, poke me today. So the bad news is that my brother-in-law died on Saturday, and it's just been a really sad time for the family. He was 62, and he was just such a kind, jovial guy. He was so good to my sister, and she's just a wreck. we did a lot of FaceTime yesterday, and she's just a wreck. You know, trying to handle all the financial stuff and get the ducks in the row. And so trying to support her as well as possible. And there's a lot of us, so she's got some good support. And luckily, he left all the finances in good order and was very particular about that kind of stuff. So I think she's going to be okay. But, you know, they had a really good love affair. It's just sad. I went to their wedding, and it's just sad. He was such a good guy. I would say, going back to surgery, do not be afraid. What I went through, I think, was an exception. She said it's the first time in 20 years that she's had somebody pull the sutures along a suture line, and like that happened. Most people will take it easy after a facelift. And I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I don't know. And so I did learn a lesson. I'm going to stop beating myself up over it. I have been resting quite a bit. I'm getting tired easily. I still have some weirdness going on. This side looks better. I'll be swollen. They were saying 3 weeks. You won't start to look like yourself again for 3 weeks. And so today is officially 2 weeks from the original surgery and 1 week from this reconstructive surgery. I wouldn't discourage anybody from doing this. I think that if you follow their instructions and like don't lift anything over 5 pounds and don't clean pineapple off the floor after 1 day after surgery. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it was the pain meds. I don't know. It was silly. I should have left it for my husband to clean, but take your pain meds as needed, because I would go a little too long without taking those sometimes. But I think the doctor was excellent. I think she did a really good job, and then they were very gracious in helping me correct what I had messed up. So it's a learning experience. I mean, granted, it wasn't as easy peasy as I thought it would be. I mean, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And I don't know why they tell you just take 1 week off, because I still feel so tight. I mean, I can turn my neck pretty much, but I don't know. I have facials on Saturday. I'm going to try to reschedule the others because I'm just like, I don't know if I can do all that massage. And they were still telling me to take it easy. So, and I'm hoping that my smile returns to normal pretty soon. And that I can wear actual conditioner in my hair instead of just baby shampoo. Thanks for watching.